Follow me, because by the end of this video, you'll wonder how you spent all this time without knowing this important information. Fish. It's the ultimate healthy food, loaded with omega-3s, protein, and essential nutrients. But what if I told you that your favorite seafood might not be as beneficial as you think? In fact, some common mistakes could be stripping away its health benefits, or worse, exposing you to risks you didn't even know about. Today, we're uncovering 6 shocking fish mistakes that most people make every day. Stick around, because this isn't just about your next meal. It's about your health, your wallet, and even the planet. Let's dive straight in with the first mistake: choosing farmed fish over wild-caught fish. While farmed fish is often marketed as a sustainable option, it's not always the healthiest. Farmed fish are often raised in crowded tanks, which can lead to the spread of diseases and parasites. To combat this, farms may use antibiotics, which can end up on your plate. Wild-caught fish, on the other hand, typically have more omega-3 fatty acids and fewer harmful chemicals. According to a study published in Environmental Research, farmed salmon can contain up to 10 times more contaminants than wild-caught salmon. So, while farmed fish might be cheaper, you could be paying the price with your health. The second mistake: overcooking your fish. This is a crime against flavor and nutrition. Overcooking not only dries out the delicate texture of fish, but also destroys its beneficial nutrients like omega-3 fatty acids. The key is to cook your fish just until it flakes easily with a fork about 140 F, 60 C for most types. Using a meat thermometer is a game changer here, ensuring your fish is perfectly cooked every time. Next up is a mistake that's as sneaky as it is common: eating fish high in mercury too often. Fish like tuna, swordfish, and king mackerel can contain high levels of mercury, which is toxic in large amounts. Over time, mercury can accumulate in your body, potentially causing neurological and developmental issues. Pregnant women and young children are particularly at risk. To stay safe, opt for low-mercury fish like salmon, sardines, and haddock. The FDA recommends limiting high-mercury fish to no more than once a week, so make smarter choices for your plate. The fourth mistake is one you've likely made without realizing: skipping frozen fish. Many people assume fresh fish is always better, but that's not necessarily true. Frozen fish is often flash frozen right after being caught, preserving its freshness and nutritional value. On the other hand, fresh fish at the store might have been sitting on ice for days. Choosing frozen fish can also save you money and reduce food waste since it lasts longer. Mistake number 5 is all about preparation, not removing the skin properly. While crispy fish skin can be delicious, leaving it on improperly can expose you to harmful chemicals like CBs, polychlorinated biphenyls, that accumulate in fatty layers of the skin. Unless you're confident about the fish's source, it's safer to remove the skin or buy skinless fillets. Last but not least, the 6th mistake is skipping sustainable choices. Overfishing is a global crisis, with species like bluefin tuna nearing extinction. By choosing sustainable seafood options certified by organizations like the Marine Stewardship Council, MSCI, you're not only making an eco-friendly choice, but also supporting better fishing practices. Apps like Seafood Watch can help you identify sustainable options when shopping or dining out. Now, let's address a common question. Isn't eating fish every day good for you? While fish is a fantastic source of lean protein and healthy fats, eating it daily isn't ideal. Overconsumption can lead to an overload of certain nutrients like iodine or even mercury, depending on the type of fish. Aim for a balanced diet by mixing in other sources of protein like legumes, poultry, or plant-based alternatives. To lighten things up, here's a fun fact. Did you know fish have been part of human diets for over 40,000 years? Prehistoric cave paintings even show people catching fish. It's amazing how such an ancient food can still be such a staple in modern diets, but only if we eat it right. So, how can you avoid these mistakes? Start by educating yourself about the fish you're buying. Check labels for information about sourcing. Ask your fishmonger questions, and don't be afraid to try new types of seafood that are both sustainable and healthy. Here's a quick tip to end with. Seasoning your fish with a squeeze of lemon not only enhances the flavor, but also helps neutralize any lingering fishy odors. It's a simple step that makes a big difference. Watch the video until the end, because by the time it's over, you'll wonder how you've spent all this time without knowing these important tips. Know your fish. Always research the species you are working with before cooking. Some fish require special preparation to avoid a tough texture or an overpowering flavor. Avoid overcooking fish. Cooks quickly, and overcooking will make it dry and rubbery. Keep an eye on your fish and remove it from the heat as soon as it flakes easily with a fork. Use a thermometer. The best way to ensure fish is cooked perfectly is by using a thermometer. Aim for an internal temperature of 145 FE, 63 C, for most fish. Don't crowd the pan when frying fish. Avoid overcrowding the pan. This traps steam and prevents the fish from getting crispy. Defrost. Properly never defrost fish at room temperature. Always let it thaw slowly in the fridge or under cold running water for best results. Season well. Fish has a delicate flavor that can be enhanced with simple seasonings. Don't overdo it, but a pinch of salt, pepper, and herbs can work wonders. Use a non-stick pan when pan frying delicate fish. A non-stick pan helps prevent sticking and ensures an even cook without breaking the fillets. Be mindful of bones. Always check your fish for bones before serving. Remove any bones you find, especially for guests who may not expect them. Choose sustainable fish. Always opt for sustainable fish choices. Research the species to ensure you're making environmentally conscious decisions. Marinate fish before grilling. Marinating fish before grilling can add flavor and keep it moist. But avoid marinades with too much acid, as they can cook the fish prematurely. Don't rinse fish. Rinsing fish can spread bacteria and affect its flavor. Pat it dry with a paper towel instead. Pay attention to the skin when cooking fish with skin. Make sure to place the skin side down first to help it crisp up and create a protective barrier for the flesh. Use a fish spatula. A fish spatula is thin and flexible, making it perfect for flipping delicate fish without breaking it. Be cautious with seasoning blends. Some pre-made seasoning blends can be too salty or overpowering for fish. Always taste as you go to avoid ruining the flavor. Store fish correctly. If you're not cooking the fish immediately, store it in the coldest part of your refrigerator or on ice to keep it fresh. Try different cooking methods. Experiment with various cooking techniques such as grilling, poaching, baking, or broiling to discover new flavors and textures. Know when it's fresh fish should have a clean ocean-like smell, firm flesh, and bright, clear eyes if bought whole. If it smells fishy or sour, it's past its prime. Pair with the right wine-lighter white wines, such as Sauvignon Blanc or Chardonnay, are often great pairings for fish dishes. But consider the sauce and seasoning too. Cut fish properly. When slicing fish, cut against the grain to ensure a tender bite. This is especially important for sushi or sashimi. Consider your sides when serving fish. Think about complementary sides like roasted vegetables, steamed rice, or a light salad to balance out the dish's flavor profile.